Are you looking to redecorate your kids' room or want to make that perfect baby quilt? Well, then I have the perfect fabrics to show you. Hello makers, Melly here from AGF. Welcome to the AGF Quilt Block Collection. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm looking for fabrics to sew up for the littles in my life, I always have a tough time. I either find prints that are too gender specific or the colors are just not quite what I'm looking for. So I'm beyond excited that AGF has created a collection called Sisu, which is an untranslatable Finnish word that's all about the mindset that allows us to keep going just when we think we're about to give up. I mean, what a wonderful message to share with the little ones in our lives. This collection is filled with primary colors and shapes to help inspire and motivate. I added a link to the description box below so you can view all of the adorable prints. My favorite print from the collection is called the High Sky Cloudine print, with a cute little girl and her puppy exploring and flying up, and away in the clouds. I decided to sew up the King David's crown block, which I think shows off the colors of this collection beautifully. So grab some Sisu fabrics and let's get started. If you're new to our channel and love learning new quilting techniques, don't forget to subscribe below to watch more fun sewing tutorials like this one. Check out the description box below and download a printable PDF with all the cutting requirements and step-by-step instructions. Take your 4.5-inch fussy cut square from fabric A and sew a 1.5 by 4.5 inch strip to the top and bottom. Next, sew a 1.5 by 6.5 inch strip to each side. Take 4 2.5-inch squares from fabric C and draw a diagonal line with a fabric marking pen. Place them in each corner of your center block like this, and sew on the line you drew. Trim your seam allowance to 1/4 inch and press open. To create 8 half-square triangles with fabric C and D, take a 6-inch square from both fabric sets. Place right sides together and draw 2 diagonal lines on the back of your squares to form an X. Sew on both sides of the diagonal lines at 1/4 inch. Cut on both diagonal lines that you drew. Then cut your squares vertically in half and horizontally in half. Press open your half-square triangles and square them up to 2.5 inches. To create our hourglass units, take your 4 3/4 inch squares from fabric C and E and place right sides together. Sew around your entire piece at 1/4 inch. Cut your piece on both diagonals to reveal 4 half-square triangles. Place your half-square triangles together with opposite fabrics touching, making sure you press your seams in alternating directions so your seams will nest into place. Draw a line with a fabric marking pen opposite the seam line and sew on each side of the line at 1/4 inch to reveal your hourglass blocks. Cut on the line you drew and square up your pieces to 2.5 inches. To create your top and bottom rows, sew a half-square triangle to each side of your hourglass block. Sew these rows to the top and bottom of your center block. To create your side rows, sew a half-square triangle to each end of your remaining hourglass blocks, and then sew a 2.5-inch square to each end of your rows. Sew these rows to the sides of your center block. Your King David's crown block is complete. Make sure to share your quilt block creations made with AGF fabrics on social media using the hashtag AGF Quilt Block Collection. Our King David's crown block is complete, and this block is just the cutest to sew up for any little prince or princess in your life. I can't wait to mix and match all of the other great prints in this collection to make more of these blocks. I'm also loving this paper airplane print. It also comes in our super soft knit fabric in this red color as well, which I think is perfect for making basic, easy to wear tops. For more fun projects made with Sisu fabrics, make sure to check out our new fabric project catalog. The link is in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all your sewing friends. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Until next time, happy sewing.